real estate agent serving the Dallas-Fort Worth area. In this episode number 10, I am taking an opportunity to answer questions that I have collected this month from you. So let's get started. On every last Friday of each month, I have decided to answer questions that my clients, friends, relations via Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn, people have asked me related to real estate. So what I have done is I have compiled a top 10 questions, and I plan to answer those questions in this episode. So question number 1 is, how is the market doing? Folks, I study the market on a daily basis at a local level, which is Dallas-Fort Worth, and at a national level. So let me give you some comments specifically at Dallas-Fort Worth, which is at the local level. The demand for housing has significantly gone up. Okay, so the demand is high. However, the supply of homes is very less. So there is an imbalance between supply and demand in Dallas-Fort Worth area. Question is, when I tell people, they ask me, Poogle, why is the inventory low, which is supply of homes? The reason why the supply or the inventory is low is because one key reason: sellers are comfortable staying in their homes. They do not want to list their home or put their home in the market for many reasons. Okay, it could be safety, or they are saying, hey, well, I'm comfortable with where I live. For me to find another home, it's going to take some time. And I know cases where people have jobs relocating outside of Dallas-Fort Worth area because of COVID-19. Their companies have allowed them to work from home, and therefore they have not put their home in the market. So I can give a number of reasons, but mostly many sellers have decided to stay put in their home, and therefore the inventory, which is supply of homes, is very low. Question number 3 is, why has the demand spiked up, right? Very good question. So there are 2 key reasons that I can attribute why the demand has spiked up. Reason number 1 is migration. Okay, a lot of people who are living in apartment communities, when they can afford, they want to move into a single family residence. Okay, so that is one kind of migration. The second is again a migration from high COVID-19 cases like New York and New Jersey. So a lot of people are relocating to Texas, specifically Dallas-Fort Worth, resulting in an increase or spike in demand for single family residences. Question number 4, I started working with a client of mine. They said, Poogle, we are on H1 visa. We have the money to buy a home. What kind of a home would you recommend? So I told them, and one other condition they told me is that should I be relocated, I want that home, whatever we are buying, should be rented out so that we can pay the mortgage. So in those circumstances, what I recommended to them is go for a single family residence that is 1 story, maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms, maybe 2 or 3 bathrooms. Okay, 1 story rents much more faster and quicker. And not only that, the rent per square feet is also the highest for a 1-story home. So that would be my recommendation. So when they have to relocate, they still will be able to pay the mortgage. Okay. Question number 4 is from a seller. So I was consulting with a seller, and when I was doing a walkthrough of their property, they said, Poogle, I understand our carpet is not good. So before we put the home on the market, should we replace the carpet, or should we give a $3,000 or $4,000 allowance to the prospective buyer? So my recommendation, if you are facing that situation, is it is better and it works to your advantage if you are able to fix anything in your home before putting it on the market. Okay, anything. Now in this carpet case, it is better to rip the carpet, spend $2,000 or $3,000 to put the carpet, because it will increase the value when we are marketing the home. Why? When a buyer is coming in to see that property, and if that carpet is not replaced, they're just going to focus on that bad carpet. Oh, that home, bad carpet. I don't know what else is going to be bad in that home, right? So that it doesn't leave a good taste. Secondly, if they even decide, okay, I'm going to take that allowance, then I can replace. Most buyers put all their money and savings when they are buying a property. So when they move in, they wanted to get into a home that is move-in ready. Now, after their transaction closes and they have to spend money, a lot of them don't have knowledge on working with a contractor. They don't know how to do installation, right? So they just back out, okay? Even if it is an experienced buyer, they will try to negotiate at least 2 or 3 times the cost you would spend to replace the carpet. So my recommendation, if there is anything visibly wrong with the property, it is better to fix than to give an allowance or to the buyer before putting it on the sale market. Question number 6, this is a maintenance related question. A new home buyer asked, hey, it's going to cost me $200 per year. Should I really do HVAC maintenance on an annual basis? My strong recommendation is yes, you need to at least do 1 in spring before the summer season kicks in and 1 in fall before the winter season kicks in, because it will help tune your system and operate at an efficient manner. And if they are a good HVAC technician, they can also proactively recommend things to be repaired on your HVAC system. So I strongly recommend that. Question number 7 is a homeowner that I purchased the property in 2016. They called me and said, Poogle, I want to build a pool. And their question was, if I'm spending $80,000, will I be getting that $80,000 back when it is time to sell their home? My response, folks, is pool investment is not a dollar for dollar return, okay? So if you ask me, based on my experience, you may get anywhere from 20 to 30% return on your investment. So if it is 80, you get only 20% or 30% of that $80,000. The reason that you want to put your pool is not on return on investment, but for your personal enjoyment and the dreams that you develop using the pool. Okay, so it has to be on a personal enjoyment basis, not a dollar for dollar return. Question number 8, this was a home improvement question from one of my clients. When they bought the home, they had carpet and 2 young children. Now the children are grown up and they asked me, Poogle, can I rip the carpet and replace with hardwood flooring? In normal circumstances, I would have answered yes, you should do it, because most of the hardwood flooring projects are a dollar for a dollar return. That means you invest $1, you can get the dollar back when you are selling at future point in time. However, hardwood flooring projects are pretty tedious. Okay, it takes 5 to 10 days because you need to rip everything. You have to move everything in your house. If you have carpet, it could be faster, but if you have hardwood, if you have laminate, or if you have some ceramic tiles, you'll have to break it and it will create a lot of dust, number 1. Number 2, given COVID-19, you really have to think about, is it really a good time to do this project? My recommendation is, if you can wait, you should delay the project once the scientists and the research community get clarity on COVID-19 situation. So that would be my recommendation. Question number 9, this was related to refinancing and investment property. So a client of mine bought a home in 2017. So they called me and said, Poogle, I'm paying about 4.875. Should I refinance? The answer is absolutely. Now the interest rates are very low. You should refinance. Keep in mind, when you're doing refinance between an investment property where you are not occupying and for a property that you are occupying, the interest rate is a little bit higher for an investment property. It is higher by 0.25%. In this particular case, when they are paying 4.825, I think you can get an interest rate on an investment property anywhere from 3.38 to 3.58. So you should refinance and save money. Question number 10 is related to tenant and landlord when they have a service animal, which is a dog. So what can the landlord charge a pet deposit and a monthly pet fee when the dog is categorized as a service animal? The answer is no, as long as the tenant is providing documentation that it is either a service animal or an emotional support animal. You as a landlord cannot charge any deposit or monthly pet fee. By federal fair housing laws, these service animal and emotional support animal are not considered pets. Folks, I hope that you enjoyed this show and this question and answer session was helpful. So if you have any questions for me, send it to me at poogle@rocketrealtytx.com or through Messenger. I will try to answer as many questions I can on the last Friday of each month. So I conduct this show every Friday at 11 o'clock, and you can always listen live on my Facebook channel or my YouTube channel. If you like this video, I strongly request that you like me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Rocket Realty TX, or subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/C/Rocket Realty TX.